How are you today? I am going to show you today Mystic Moss. I thought I would apply it and then I'll show you how it differs with a couple of our other different greens. So Mystic Moss is a returning color. It was a color that was out when I first started, which was almost 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And really pretty green. So a color, it looks amazing if you have hazel eyes, like beautiful. But it really is one of those colors that looks great on many different people. Hi, Whitney. So this is Mystic Moss, and that's what we're going to use today. So I've already done color correcting tinted moisturizer, and then I've already done, I did a little bit of green concealer, and then candlelight under my eyes and candlelight on my eyelids. So most days, are you doing? Oh, it's so funny that you say that, Whitney, because I usually pull the colors that don't exist anymore because I don't want to accidentally show someone and then can't sell it. And so I came up to my box to see if I still had it, and I did. It was actually in my box. And then I did the same thing. I opened it to see what the consistency looked like, and mine's actually pretty darn good. So look at that. It's actually really, I mean, it's not dry at all. So this has been, this is about 3 years old, 2.5 years old, and it's still kicking. So I'm going to use it today. And I will tell you, side note, my kids used this 2 years ago when I did a vendor event, and they used it for face paint. So it's a great, so for those of you who, let's say St. Patrick's Day is coming up and you want to do like a shamrock on your cheek, this green is amazing to do that with. And again, it's like all of our products, it's not going to budge or smudge. So you could do like a shamrock on your face, or you could do it up by your eye. It's a great kind of multi-use tool. So, if you were doing face painting. So when I do vendor events, my kids sometimes will come along and do face painting, and this was the color we used for Christmas trees at the holidays. So another great use, probably not in your list of things that you thought you were going to learn today, but there you go. Okay, so I'm going to start with just a little bit of sandstone pearl on my lid. Taylor has a concert tonight, so it was funny. Whenever I shower before the kids go to school, they're always like, "Where are you going today?" And I said, "You know what? I haven't showered in a couple of days, so it's time to shower." And then they laugh. So today was the day. Okay, so with Mystic Moss, I think you could go 2 different directions. You could go a lot of different directions. So I thought that these 3 would be really pretty together. So this is Pink Posy, this is Mocha Java, and then this is the Mystic Moss. So that's sort of if you want to go toward kind of a pinker palette. The other direction you could go, which I think would be really pretty, is you could use, gosh, so many options. I was going to say Copper Rose, or you go Lava, and do like the oranges and the greens. And that would be really pretty too. But I think I'm going to go sort of the pinker route. The other one that I could swap out here, the other ones that I thought would be really pretty, is if you did Mystic Moss, Pink Posy, and Candied Cocoa. I thought that would be really pretty too. So maybe I'll go that direction, but I'm definitely going to go kind of the pink and green direction with some browns. And I'm going to use Sandstone Pearl. The other one that I could use and that I use a lot is Pink Frost. So if I wanted even more pink, I could throw in some Pink Frost, which I'm not seeing right at this moment, but Pink Frost, I could go that route too. So what I'm going to do is, I already put Pink Posy on my cheeks. I actually used it as a blush, and I am going to just use this in my crease. So usually I use this brush. It's kind of a fluffy brush. I need to switch it out for a couple of reasons. Number one, it comes apart. Number two, it's starting to get pretty, I don't know, all flared out. So in my crease lately, I've been using a different brush, which is this one. It's a little more pointed than I would like, but it still does the trick. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can just tap on a little bit and then blend that out. And these are cream to powder. So you're just going to blend these until, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You're just going to blend these in. And I'm going to blend it in the crease. So if you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to go a little bit higher on your eyelid, like almost to your, like right below your brow bone or your eye socket. I do not have hooded eyes, so I don't have to bring it quite as far, although I could if I wanted to. So I just blend those out. And now the key with the cream to powder, and they're budge proof. So the key to these is if you make them too dark, or you're not happy with the way they've blended, you can either add a little bit more. Always start with a little bit and add. And you could do it that way. The other thing you can do is you can just add a little bit of a lighter color over the top, and that will take some of that color out too. So, okay, so this is Shadow Scents. These are budge proof, smudge proof, just like our lip scents. So I'm just going to blend that out until I'm happy with it. Okay, so the reason I found lip scents, and the reason I love lip scents and these Synergens products, is really twofold. Number one, they don't go anywhere. So you put them on and they don't come off all day. They come off very nicely with an oil-based makeup remover. But they are smudge proof, budge proof. So that's number one why I like them. The second reason I like them is because they have Cineplex Complex, which basically turns your skin cells over 23% faster, so they have anti-aging properties, which I love. And so when you're wearing makeup, you're actually wearing skincare. So now I'm going to use Candied Cocoa. I changed my mind. I was going to use Mocha Java, but I think I'm going to use this instead. And I'm just going to put that in the corner, just to darken up the corner a little bit. Now typically you want to sort of draw a line between the end of your eye and the end of your eyebrow and not go beyond that with your eye makeup. However, I always do, but I'll show you how to clean it up in a little bit. So many days I would just go with these two colors and call it good, but today we're going to use Mystic Moss because it's new. It's an old new. Came out yesterday. They brought it back. And so I'll show you that one. And our colors are super pigmented. So when you look at them in the tube, especially these matte colors, I mean, they can be a little bit scary. And so you use the tiniest amount, but you just use a tiny, tiny amount because they are so pigmented. Oh, thank you, Whitney. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to just so I have this like flat little tiny brush. Let me give you a perspective. So there's my Shadow Scents. There's the brush next to it, so you can sort of get perspective. It's very tiny. I'm just going to take a little bit off the side of my wand here. And then I actually, because that's kind of scary for me, I just tap it off on a towel that I have in my lap. Okay. So then I just sort of tap that in. And again, I start small and then I'll build it because I don't want to get it too dark. So. And you guys know me pretty well. Like, I'm not a crazy bold. I'm bold with my lip color, but I'm not as bold with my eye makeup. I think too much sometimes can make me look older if I pile it on too thick, so I try to make it kind of natural, but but make it pop. So again, I'm just sort of blending that out. And I'm sort of just kind of tapping it in there. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit more on this other side. So this is Mystic Moss. Again, there it is, just swiped so you can see the intensity of it. And I'm just using the tiniest amount. And to darken it, I just do layers, just like lip sense, so that I can get the right layer in there. And this is like the struggle, right? Is you get one eye that's just a touch darker than the other. And so then you kind of have to get them to match. Okay. So I'm going to just speed out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to just take this little tiny brush and I'm just going to continue to blend. Now these set in about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. I do find that they set a lot faster here in Colorado than they do in humid climates. Just FYI, like that's what I've discovered. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. So again, what I did is I did Sandstone Pearl on the lid, which is this one. I did Pink Posy in the crease. I did a little tiny bit of Candy Cocoa in the corners. And then I went over it with Mystic Moss. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just brighten my eye up a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Sandstone Pearl. And I'm just going to put that here. And I could use my finger to do that, or I could use a brush. I just use this really cheap flat brush. And I sort of put it in there and blend it in. And do the same over here. So I've used 4 colors today. And these, by the way, they're cream to powder. And you saw how little I use. I mean, this Sandstone Pearl I've probably had for 2 years. It lasts forever because you use such a small amount. And Sandstone Pearl is probably a color that I use more often than others. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just take a little bit. I'm actually going to add a 5th color, which you wouldn't have to. You could actually use Sandstone Pearl, but I'm going to take a little bit of the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. And this is one that I've pulled the plug on to get more out of the product, but it gets really messy. So there's a trade-off. And I'm just going to put that right up by my brow bone. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Now, one thing I didn't do today is I didn't fill my brows. So a couple different ways you can fill your brows if you want to. You can use our shadow scents. So I use Mocha Java. And then if you want something a little lighter, you can use our brow scents, which is actually... I actually don't see it right now, so I won't use that today. It comes in Auburn Light Dark. And it definitely is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is it. This is our brow scents. It has the 2 ends. It has a brush end. And so that's what I'm going to use today because I'm not going to go too crazy on my brows today. So it has this little tiny brush. And you literally just paint that in. I've got a mirror over here, so I'm going to look over here. Now, I didn't overpluck in high school. I actually didn't wax my eyebrows until I was an adult. It was just something I never knew you could do. And then I just used the brush to sort of brush that in. Okay, so my brow is a little bit thinner on one side than it is on the other. I'll have to have her touch that up. Okay, So I have my eyeliner tattooed on. I have permanent eyeliner, but I do use, I can find it. I do use our Lash Sense. So I'm going to take this brown Lash Sense. This is will help your lashes grow while you wear it. So I'm just going to apply that. And I have permanent eyeliner, so I don't usually wear too much of this. So I just added a little bit of that. And now I'm going to add our mascara. So our mascara, this is our primer, our new primer. It's called Undersense. And it's just going to make your lashes even thicker and longer. It conditions them as you wear it. So you're going to put that on. I usually don't put mascara on my lower lashes. Maybe once or twice a week is all. Okay, so I applied that, and I'm just going to let that sit for a second. And I can go waterproof, or I can go to water resistant. This will grow your lashes 43% longer and thicker in 4 weeks. So I typically use the water resistant. The waterproof, like seriously, this stuff's not coming off. I actually have to, I use Shea Butter, or Shea Butter body cream to take off my lashes, my mascara. And this stuff stays. So I prefer not to work that hard. And so I use the water resistant most days. I also prefer the brush personally, but now if I'm doing a training class and I'm training all day, I will pull out the waterproof because I don't want it to flake or budge. And I don't get flaking if I wear this for like 8 to 10 hours, but when I wear it for 12 or more, then I get a little bit of flaking with the water resistant. So it just depends how long you're going to wear it. It does not make your eyes itch. I'm really sensitive about mascara, and so I usually can't find mascara that doesn't bother me. The only kind I've ever been able to wear is Mary Kay. And I just recently, with Senegence, now I wear this, and it doesn't bother me. So I got a little bit of a clump over here. So I use this little comb. I don't know what you call it. There's probably a technical term. All the time. Okay, so there it is. There's Mystic Moss. Super pretty, really pigmented. I used it in the corners. You kind of see it there. And let me show you the other color that is been around and was released yesterday too as part of this Clover package, and that is Smoked Topaz. So that is just kind of more of an olive green. And then we also have this Smoked Topaz Shimmer. I think that's what it is, yep. Let me show you that one. So there's Smoked Topaz Shimmer. So you can just see it's a little bit more translucent. And then some of our other greens, if in kind of a blue, if you're looking for them. Let me just show you these. So again, these are super pigmented. So there's turquoise. That came out in the fall. And then we've got two beautiful greens that are really fun to wear. And again, don't be scared because you can use a very little amount and it goes a long way. So I'll show you these. Okay, so this is Palm Glitter and this is Seafoam. So you've got Mystic Moss, Smoked Topaz Shimmer, Turquoise, Palm Glitter, and Seafoam. All really, really super pretty colors. And I'm going to let those dry a little bit, and then I'll show you. You can, rub. I can do this. Not coming off. Okay. So you also don't get fallout as you're putting it on. Now what I do to sort of clean up the sides here a little bit is I just take a little tiny amount of Candlelight. And you don't have to do this. You can also use tape. You can actually put tape here so you can get kind of a cleaner line. And I just do this. This is really technical. But it just sort of cleans that up a little bit. And again, it's budge proof, smudge proof. So if you are trying to clean something up, it's easier to do this than it is if you try and take it off. Okay. So the color of the week this week is Mulled Wine. I actually, because I have a darker eye today, I'm not going to use mulled wine, but I want to show it to you so that you can see it. It's a super pretty, deep, sort of burgundy red. One of my favorites. And it's funny because I hadn't worn it in a while. And then, let me let that dry. I hadn't worn it in a while, and I wore it the other day, and it's just stunning. It's so pretty. I'm going to let that dry because when I wipe it on there, it keeps coming off. Okay. So last but not least, I just take a little bit of powder. Finish that off. I use very little, and then I'm going to take a little bit of our Silver Rose powder. And put that on. And the other thing that I use pretty frequently is sometimes I'll take a little bit of our polarizer and just put it above my cheek line so I get a little bit of a highlight. Okay, and actually I don't have it here, but I could also use Sandstone Pearl. So let me show you mulled wine here. Okay, there's mulled wine. I didn't make a great stripe, but super pretty. And it's kind of a reddish burgundy color. So that's our color of the week. Today, I think I'm going to use a lighter shade today. Although mulled wine would be pretty. Is there any shades you guys want to see? I am open to anything. So I think that like nude pink would be really pretty today. I could go that route. The other route I was thinking I haven't worn for a while, hazelnut would be really pretty. Another pink, Girlfriend, would be really pretty. I could do that one. I think I'm going to wear mulled wine tomorrow, so stay tuned. I'll wear our color of the week tomorrow. The other color that would be really pretty is like Fire Opal. Any requests? That one's really pretty too. And Fire Opal. Oh, Girlfriend. Okay, Sharon. I'll do Girlfriend. You win. You win. Winner, winner. Okay. So lately, I've been lining my lips with a darker color just for fun. And I think I'm going to do that again. Let's see. What color would I line? What could I line with? I could line with Berry, actually. Or I could line, there's not a great color. Let me see. I'm going to line with Precious Topaz, maybe. Line with Precious Topaz, and then I'm going to use, I've just been lining my lips lately because it just makes them look a little bit fuller. I don't know, I'm on a kick. So I'm going to line with Precious Topaz, and then I'll fill with Girlfriend. And Sharon, I sent your order yesterday because I was out of town last week. So I bet you'll have it by like Wednesday or Thursday. It went out yesterday, so look for your glosses. I also put in there some free samples of several other glosses because we just released this gloss pack, like gloss samples. So I just sent you those as well. So they should be there probably Thursday, maybe, because you're in Ohio. So probably Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, so I lined just once with Precious Topaz, and now I'm going to fill with Girlfriend. Girlfriend is just a really pretty pink shade. And I already cleaned my lips. They're nice and dry and clean. So for people who have challenges with lip sense not staying on, it typically is because their layers are too thick. They don't let them dry in between. And I notice when I go east to more humid climates, I have a real appreciation for how long it takes for things to dry in other climates. Because here, like, they dry immediately because we're so dry here. There's no humidity. So I have an appreciation. So definitely if you're in a more humid climate, you have to wait a little bit longer for your colors to dry. So typically that's what people, those are some troubleshooting things. The other troubleshooting thing is that you don't protect it with gloss before you eat. So it's counterintuitive to put gloss on before you eat, but by doing that, you protect the color. Oh, Sharon, good choice. Girlfriend looks pretty. Okay, so just letting that dry. And here's layer 3. It still feels wet on the top. I can feel it. Okay. There's 3. Yeah, great choice. Thanks for picking that out for us. Okay, so that is Girlfriend. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, and I ordered the new gloss, the Clover Gloss. That'll be here in a few days. And I ordered some Mystic Moss. So what I have on my eyes today are these colors. I've got Sandstone Pearl all over the lid. I've got Pink Posy in the crease, and I used it as blush. I used a little bit of Candied Cocoa Shimmer in the corner, and then I topped that with some Mystic Moss in the corner, and then I used Sandstone Pearl up by the brow bone, although I could have just used Sandstone Pearl. Okay, it's still drying. I can feel it. While we're sitting here, the other thing I'm going to add a little bit of is a little bit of snow in the corner of my eye. See, this one needs to be replaced as well because my tops keep falling off. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that in the corner. And this will just help open up your eyes. So if you're having one of those days where you feel like you're really swollen or really puffy, well, first of all, you need to be using your eye cream. But second of all, a little bit of light shadow in the corner will help pop your eyes open. Okay, so it's on. Kiss it off. It's nice and dry. And then I just top it with gloss. Great choice. Smudge proof, budge proof, be out there all day. Apply gloss throughout the day. The gloss goes through the color and permeates into your lips, so it will keep them nice and clean. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for playing with me. Sharon, have a great day, and look for that package from me later this week. But great choice. Girlfriend on my lips. I lined with Precious Topaz. So have a wonderful day, and we will talk soon. Bye.